Hey TravelFit Tribe, it's a new week and I'm here to talk to you about what I call the three phases of food truth. I was writing about in my email just my evolution of my diet. I have been on this journey of pursuing my best health for a little over 3 years now, and probably even longer than that. I mean, I've been a personal trainer for over 10 years, and my diet has gone through all different phases, and it's evolved from calorie counting to metabolic typing to now I just eat in the way that I know that's right for my body. But in order to do that, I had to go through what I call the three phases of food truth. So I talked about this in my email a little bit, but I wanted to expand on it and really explain it to you guys. So the three phases are exploration, defiance, and commitment. And phase one is exploration, because this is something that I went through and a lot of my clients go through in the beginning when we start to transition them from eating foods that may not be right for them to foods that are right and unique for their body. And the exploration part is kind of this exciting phase that you go through. A lot of my clients and myself go gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, soy-free. So through this exploration, you're going to the grocery store and it's like Christmas when you find new products or new foods that fit into that category. So there's a lot of excitement that goes through exploration. And then you kind of hit this phase two where you're eating gluten-free or sugar-free or dairy-free, and you're feeling really great because you only know what you know until you know something different. So you only can know as good as you feel or as bad as you feel until you have something to compare it to. So once you start to transition your diet, you start to understand what feeling good really feels like. And so in the stage two of defiance, this is where I feel like people, and even myself, kind of hit like this coasting pace where you're coasting, you're eating gluten-free, and you're starting to feel really great. And because you're feeling great, you're losing weight, you maybe start to cheat a little bit more here and there. And I know that I did this about, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I was, at my skinniest, I was feeling awesome. And so I started to cheat a little bit more on the weekends. And even though it made me feel terrible, I still did it because during the week I was eating right for my body and it felt like I could let myself do that. Well, in phase two, you kind of start to create what I call like a reframe or a new baseline for yourself. When you are starting to understand, what it's like to feel really crappy, and then after you eat something, and what it's like to feel really good. And then eventually that will transition you into phase three, which is commitment, essentially. And that's when you're not willing to sacrifice anything to feel like crap anymore. So that one bite of that gluten something or dairy is not worth it anymore. That you are going to, protect yourself from feeling crappy the next day. And that's that ultimate commitment, which essentially means that you now have rewired a new positive feedback loop, or you have a new sense of what the negative feedback loop is. So a negative feedback loop is that you eat something, it doesn't make you feel great. And so you make that conscious decision that I'm not going to eat that anymore. Or the positive feedback loop is that you're eating things that make you feel really good. And so those are the things that you focus on. So those are the three phases of food truth. And ultimately, this is an evolution that I see everybody go through as you start to discover, and as I start to work with clients to find out exactly what foods are right for your body. I have another kind of key phrase that I tell my clients is that there's a difference between eating healthy and eating right for your body. Eating right for your body will definitely incorporate foods that are healthy, but not every healthy food is right for your body. And there's a lot of misconception out there about what healthy foods are. I mean, when I first started going gluten-free, I went bananas in the grocery store over every product that was marked gluten-free, and come to find out even those products were not exactly healthy because they had hidden things in them like soy lecithin or sugars or other stuff that just wasn't making me feel right. So I wanted to share this with you guys because as you maybe are on your own journey of improving your health and your weight loss, you might go through these three phases also. And certainly if we get the opportunity to work together, these will definitely be three phases of food truth that you're going to go through as well. Because eventually when you get to that commitment phase is when you found out, or when you have discovered exactly what foods are right for you and your unique body, and that's what I want to help you achieve. So in saying that, I have a recipe in the email this week. Here are my delicious double chocolate chip peanut butter cookies. So make sure you go back to the email and click on that link to get the recipe that you guys can whip up. They're really quick, and you can enjoy some gluten, dairy, sugar, processed sugar, and soy-free cookies on me. And I also want to encourage you guys to get creative in the kitchen, because that's part of the journey too. So have a great time enjoying this recipe. Whip up something fun in the kitchen, and I would love to hear in the comments below or reply to my email on how that's going for you, what phase of food truth you're maybe in, or how the recipe turns out. All right, you guys, have a great week. I'm going to enjoy my cookies.